Yes, all right, guys. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. It's the last show of the day. I'm rushing to watch the Euros. Italy, Spain. Spain have really crawled from where we began to where we are, and Italy have been so amazing. Just amazing as the notification from Fabrizio Romano that here we go, finally the second signing is in. Get in. Albert Lokonga has finally everything has been agreed. He is now an Arsenal player. This has taken so long, really so long, but finally we've got the deal done. We've got the agreement done. I'm gonna explain why it took so long, and we're gonna dive into some of the future signings that Arsenal should make and are looking at to make. So please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and please make sure you check out OneXBet. They have sponsored us for today as well. Link is in the video description, and use promo code Cossy Media on their site. The on their site, the like target is 300 likes. So if you feel like you want to support the channel, make sure you don't leave before smashing the like button. 300 likes, I think that is just enough for for today's show. So Fabrizio has been tweeting a lot in the past hours, but he has not been tweeting Arsenal news. And then in the last 1 hour, he's tweeted Albert Lokonga to Arsenal. Here we go. The agreement is set to be completed with alleged final details and paperwork time. Personal terms agreed since weeks till 2026. No medicals scheduled as yet. Negotiations almost. And he says it is at final stages. 17.5 million plus add-ons. Hashtag Lokonga. That is Fabrizio Romano. Now, of course, this is a deal that should have been our first signing, even before Nuno Tavares. But I think the Tavares deal was so easy that Benfica made it so easy. There were no third parties. There were no sell-on clauses. It was as simple as we are valuing the player at 10 million euros. Can you give us that money? And then Arsenal was very fast and very quick in paying the valuation of Benfica, and it was a done deal. So the player is quarantining in the UK, and we should be getting a notification from Arsenal. Actually, I've not checked the Arsenal website in almost 2 months. That is ridiculous, but we should be getting a notification from their website saying it is a done deal. So Albert Lokonga also now joins us from Anderlecht. I've done a video about him today in the morning, and I said if you're gonna get Albert Lokonga, this is how he would line up at Arsenal. And I said probably more of a CDM, more of a CM, but probably not a starter. So Lokonga signs the sell-on clause. I think that information will be disclosed as soon as the total agreement is got and announced. So basically what Arsenal have to do at the moment is to focus on other signings. I mean, we can't sink Lokonga Tavares. It's ridiculous. Those are not the only positions we have to fill this summer. We have to get a right back. Apparently Inter Milan are valuing Hector Bellerin at 17 million pounds, and Arsenal could be set to get that. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I would let Hector Bellerin go. I would cancel his contract. That is how really bad I don't want him at Arsenal. I would cancel Sid Kolasinak's contract. So I think now we have to focus on the next steps. And for me, where do we go after here? Where do we go from here? It is the Ben White deal. We need to get this off the line as well. I mean, you don't want to hear the next morning that Chelsea have suddenly hijacked the Ben White deal and have paid the same amount of money as Arsenal, because Arsenal was so slow, or because Arsenal were not serious. So I think the bigger part of the work now is to focus on the next signings. The centre back, that one's very close. The Ben White deal, very close. As soon as Brighton get that third bid, I think it's gonna be a done deal. So do that. Let it get down. Let it sink in. Let the fans look at what you've done. 3 signings. I think they're not bad enough, by the way. I think they're not bad. Lokonga is a decent potential player. I think Nuno Tavares as a backup to Kiantieni. There is nothing more. Nothing more than that. We were expecting. Of course, I did expect to have a Ben Chilwell deputize Chianti, and I did expect Jordi Alba to come and deputize Chianti and Arsenal. So for me, it is the next steps that really matter in this one. Yes, you have an agreement with in principle with Anderlecht, final stages, everything is completed, but what are the next steps? It's July, and it's July 6th, right? I thought it was 7th. I was gonna be like, how did I miss a day? So it is 6th, and you have 24 days, okay, 25 days, to the end of the month. Then you have an extra 10 days before the beginning of the season. We have a whole 1 month to let almost 5 or 6 or 7 players leave, and then bring in almost 4 or 5 signings, which is not going to be easy. It's going to be hectic work. And then in those 35 days, of course, you do have the preseason as well. So Mikel is going to be occupied with preseason games and things like that. It means Edu will have to do much of the work on his own. I think it's going to be a little bit, so heavy on his shoulders. I feel pity for him, but that is what you've got to do. You've got to you've got to earn your money. You've always, spoken a lot of trash, and now it's time for you to earn your money. It's time for you to, get down to work. So a central midfielder is the next person I would love to see. Yes, you're gonna tell me because you said Lokonga is a central midfielder, but I think if Xhaka is leaving, you need a direct replacement. You need someone who's got the experience. You need someone who's got the vision. You need someone who's got the pace, someone who's got the rhythm, someone who's got the vibe. And I think, look, we've been linked with Bissouma, and probably Brighton have signed in a potential replacement. So probably that deal could be also a possibility. We need to focus on the central midfielder now. Who plays with Thomas Partey? I'm just so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. As well as an attacking midfielder, since last December, we are singing the same thing. Arsenal need an AM. Arsenal need a CAM. We've got to get in someone. We've got to sign in a goal-scoring midfielder. Whether it's Maddison, whether it's Julian Brand, whether it is whoever it is, I'm not really concerned as long as they come in, as long as we get them, on a done deal. Obviously, with a striker, I'm a little bit skeptical with that, but another fragile area, another vulnerable area is the goalkeeping situation. We've got to decide. Is Leno leaving? If he's leaving, well and good. Let him go. Get in a good goalkeeper. Don't bring in Aaron Ramsdale. He's ridiculous. But you could do Anana, something like that. Or you could get a decent goalkeeper. If it's not Leno, then getting a backup goalkeeper. As simple as that. For me, this transfer window, because it has our priorities, really stipulated out, it should be the easy one. But with Arsenal, nothing easy. Nothing is easy. It's always, you've always have. They always make it so hard. So Fabrizio says the sell-on clause and the final stages are being lined out. So tomorrow morning, I'll be very happy to say, here we go. My name is Cossy. Speak to you very, very soon. Hit the like button. Let's make them 300 likes. Go watch Spain, Italy. Make sure you support Spain. Make sure you pray for Spain. Not because someone has placed a bet, but because I do love Spain and I've supported them since the World Cup in 2010. And it's a little bit ridiculous because it seems like I supported the golden generation for Spain, but I've loved them. I love the likes of Xavi. I like the likes of Silva, the likes of Iniesta. There is no way I wouldn't fall in love with that team. And ever since then, I think the side has really declined in quality, but I'm really grateful that we have made it to the semi-finals. Even if we don't win it, I won't be disappointed. I won't say Luis Enrique is a prat because he's a prat, but I won't say it because he's lost to Italy. I think Italy deserved to be in the final. Spain in that final with potential England, it could be a little bit boring for me. So I think with the negative football England are playing, and the negative, that kind of possessive football Spain are using, it would be boring for a final. So I would love to see, that, pragmatic approach and pragmatic football from Italy in the final. Well, I don't want to lose to them. That's the honest thing. I don't want to lose them. But I think we could see that happen as well. We could see Italy lose up because what Spain have is the ability to keep that ball and freeze you really they can freeze you. They can pass that ball until until you're frozen, until you're dead. And we saw that with Switzerland. We saw that with a couple of games we played against Croatia. We are so good at keeping the ball, but the problem is when it comes down to creating opportunities and finishing them off. That is the problem. Alvaro Morata and Gerard Moreno. Look, for me, they're even worse than Timo Werner, because with Werner, he makes the runs, and look, I don't know who's worse, but I think Italy will win this one, like 2-1. I think we will score against them. They don't look vulnerable at the back, but they don't seem to play the old Cananasio football of defending so much, and their back line is a little bit old, but the football we are going to play really favors them, because the reason there is you're just passing around, you're not running so much as Spain. And having an average age of 90 probably in that back line, for me, it's not a big issue, because Spain are not going to be running, and that's how lucky Italy are. On the other side, I don't really trust the likes of Eric Garcia, Laporte, and Paul Torres. I think we've been a little bit lucky, but all the time they've been exposed to attacks. They've been so vulnerable, especially Paul Torres. I don't know whether it's because of his size or because he's a decent centre back. He's one of those really good centre backs in Spanish football, and he had a decent season with Villarreal. Eric Garcia, I don't know why Luis Enrique keeps selecting him. He's not played football for Manchester City, almost all all season, and then he keeps selecting him. I don't know what he finds in him, but I think Aymeric Laporte should be playing in that one. I think he's got a couple of caps with Manchester, with Manchester City. I think he's had a couple of appearances with Manchester City, so the experience will help us a lot. And he should be playing with. Of course, I've got to go with Pau Torres, and I think in such games that's when you need players like Sergio Ramos. It was ridiculous for Luis Enrique not to call up Sergio Ramos. I would have wanted him in. Honestly, I would have wanted him in. So Sergio Ramos, this is when you need them. These are the games where you need Sergio Ramos. These are the games when it's the pedigree, it's the experience. If you look at how we are playing, our pivot is Pedri. Pedri is a teenager, and I don't know how old he is, but he's so young, and he's gonna be in that midfield, the likes of Manuel Locatelli, with the likes of Marco Verratti. Verratti has played on the international scene for how long? 10 years, 20 years, 15. That is so long. He's got a lot of experience. So Pedri could be he is the driving force in Spain. He's so good. He's been so good. I think he's having a very great tournament. But I mean, it would be better to have, if you had a Xavi there instead of Pedri. You can see the difference. If you had an Iniesta there, you can see the difference. So for me, Pedri in the midfield, partnered by I'd go for Thiago, because with Italy, I think they're not going to try to possess that ball. Not really. I think what they'll try to do is get the ball and run so fast towards our 18-yard area, 18 box, and that's what they, that's what they did against Belgium, and they were absolutely brilliant in the first half. So Italy, they're favorites. They could win it. But look, if we win against Italy, watch up for Spain in the finals, because England. However much they are good on the counter, there are players like Jadon Sancho, there are players like Marcus Rashford and Saka. The thing you have with England is, if you keep away the ball from them, they can be shaky. They can really be shaken. And I think that's why I was so disappointed with Germany. They played like I don't want to say the word, but they were so naive. They were very negative, and I was really spitting fire on Joachim Low. So Spain, Italy, enjoy the game. Don't drink too much. If you're having fun, have it from home, and if you're out, please don't drink and drive. We need your lives so that we can actually chat tomorrow at 6 p.m. See you then.